very responsible, reliable, God-fearing, respectful. Oh, I don't know what word I will find to describe her as the most reliable woman for marriage. Ọmọ ojú Olori tí ń pèrè lọ́lá níran. The father of his father was a good driver in our local government. He was even in military service for some time. The trouble with him, he must learn to eat good food. The food that is not going to push his stomach or push his eyes. If you eat wrong food that will shaking your brain or shaking your eyes, you will misbehave.
Now let's quickly go back to Iwo. I mean, yes, because
my home now.
Yes, Iwo is your home, but there are a lot of things going on there. Just this weekend now, because yesterday when we were trying to call your aides to talk to you, we just had a breaking news that your very young Kabiyesi, the Oluwo of Iwo, divorced his Jamaican wife. That is Olori.
His wife.
They say
the wife divorced him.
Well, we saw a press release by one of his aides saying that
that woman has been clamoring to find a way of escape. That's why you don't see her out with him again. That woman has been clamoring to escape from the semi-imprisonment of marriage.
Semi-imprisonment of marriage.
And the woman eventually luckily cajoled him into going with her to Canada for holiday. When she got there, with her parents fought out to withdraw further marriage. And it happened to him before. The previous marriage went through the same thing, that he was even banned from going near the mother of his previous marriage.
So was that one a foreigner?
No, that one is from Plateau. The mother was working in the Nigerian house. And this girl married him and had 2 kids for him. I don't know what happened. They went to court and they barred him from ever going near that woman.
So you mean it was Olori channel? Because the first time I saw the Olori, it was inside this parlor that I saw her when they came for the wedding of your daughter. And yes, they came first for the wedding of your daughter, the one that you had from Edo State, from your former wife in Edo State, and and the second marriage of another beautiful of your daughter, the banker. I think she came Olori channel. So, and she's a very gentle, easygoing person. I don't see her as somebody who can talk.
She's very quiet, very responsible. But she suffered. I'll never pray for any of my daughters to get into that kind of experience in life.
Serious.
That woman, I know, if she gets to know what Oluwo has said of her, I'm sure she might come out to speak. All the threats, I think, doesn't really matter to her. I am aware on a special serious information that woman has been finding her way, and you don't see the woman go out alone to go and shop.
Yes, I noticed that. She's not one of those Oloris.
Never go out without being aided.
Yes. Chanel, she has sacked her.
It is It's a woman that has been finding a way of sacking the husband. So, that woman, I don't know. Yeah, Olori Oba, that you can put a crown on her head. How can it just come to an end like that? He has said a lot of beautiful things on her. Now it is so destructive things that he says of her. What is the cause of their separation? He should tell the world. He said, irreconcilable.
I want to ask that are they truly legally married?
You see, Yoruba people say pé ọwọ́ ló para ó sì lọ́kọ pàró.
Ọwọ́ ló para ó sì lọ́kọ pàró.
They just introduced woman to you in Iwo boys who brought them the girl, two of them introduced to you to the girl and the Oba of Legacy now suggested that Oluwo, this girl is good for you from Canada. Instead of keeping an elderly woman, because he was going out with the good woman, a woman of God, a woman of love, who made it possible for him to be Oba, and advised him to marry this girl. And you know, the girl facing Nigeria first time, there were two of our boys who brought her. There is Remy Ishola, Morgan, yes, Morgan, and another one, and another of our boys who is still in Canada, who is the employer of that girl that brought her. And they all supported it that Oluwo should marry her. And from that day, the girl also crept in. And from that night, the girl has been with Oluwo until she delivered her baby. The girl was kept in the house. I was financing them. I was financing both Oluwo and the girl. As a matter of the pregnancy, I am the one who paid $2,000 for the bills when she went to deliver in Canada. So that I don't know whether that was any legal something. I don't know. But that girl also quarreled with Oluwo before because of me. When Oluwo started misbehaving, that why should you do this to the man who has helped us to sustain this seat? And there are so many rumors gaining grants in the palace too. I don't know if Oluwo are not going to excess with other people that makes the woman to suspect immoral activities. They married. No, the first wife is another Yoruba girl. That one crashed. Then he went to Canada and they met a girl whose mother was working in Nigerian mission from Plato, and had kids for him. Well, from information, they quarreled. The lady also went and withdrew her relationship. She's on her own. Her understanding was bad from ever visiting that woman up till now. I don't know.
Sir, but how will you define Olori Channel? Because anytime I see her in your company those days when she comes for those events, she's always greeting you with humility. Yeah. And to be honest with you, she does not talk. Even most of the time we try to get closer to her, she does not talk. But she appears to be a kind of opposite of what her husband is. So who is she? How will you define her?
She's a very responsible, reliable, God-fearing, respectful. I don't know what word I will find to describe her as the most reliable woman for marriage.
For marriage. Do you think that Oluwo has missed something by saying he sacked her?
Oluwo will never miss anything because he doesn't see any importance in anything. If he can do what he did to the person who helped make him the king, and he can do what he did to me, that I financed him, clocked him, furnished a palace. He has never lived in a kind of house that I established and furnished with 5 million naira. All the furnitures in that palace.
We have the pictures of those furniture. Very, very wonderful.
So, if we can do that to anybody, and he has tried to put many people in jail. Only 2 weeks ago, the AIG called a meeting of all the traditional rulers of all the Iwo Kingdom to settle crisis with him, and ended up, according to the traditional rulers, brought thugs to chase them out of the hall, to the extent that when the AIG arrived, he went away in anger. And anytime anything happens, Oluwo boasts that he was going to meet the vice president. The vice president will do anything to punish anybody against him. The vice president has his own problem. I don't think he has time for that kind of thing. But I can only tell the vice president to be careful. To be careful, because Baba Ajani, if you relate, I made friend with a dog, you must eat the shit.
The scripture of the dog. But from what we gathered, because you are not in the country, we gathered you are in the UK when that one happened. We learned that there was a land dispute that Oluwo said.
No land dispute.
We learned that
there is suburb of Lagos. Akinolu, there is a Legusi, there is a Osolo, there is this. Once they have been made king with a particular land mass where they are presiding over their affairs, nobody, you cannot go back to the whole history or only anything that is from my father. Which father? The government has made them king, and you also signed the something. Any land under their domain belongs to them. You cannot now go from Iwo and say they were under Iwo, they have no right. Like Ilego was said to have settled in Ilego before Iwo. Igege was said to have been there before Iwo. Can you now say the land that they were presiding over belongs to you that came after? I'm from Iwo, but he can never win the contest. He is fighting all the traditional rulers. He wrote a petition asking the police to put them to jail, that they are selling their father's property. He's claiming ownership. How can he? Iwo local government is Iwo local government. You can only preside over Iwo local government. And as the chairman of the traditional council of Iwo land, is a marriage of convenience that somebody must preside over the money that comes from the state to distribute.
Okay.
Yes, all right. They are all traditional rulers.
In their own right.
They were all given certificate by the state government. They are licensed like you are licensed. There could be seniority in the rank, but everybody else is like, okay, this is going to Kun's house. People who living around me, there, the FHA that sold the property to me, the land to me, they cannot come and tell me that they were the people sold to me. Even if you made them the Oba, once they have been given the proper license and they are separated from you, they earmark their own areas of jurisdiction. Wherever they are covering as king, they have a right to give chieftaincy title to handle the land there. And you are saying no, they don't have. Why is above Lagos not quarreling with Legacy or Solo or Oniru selling their own lands? This is the question. Once you are an Oba covering an area, you are the sole authority of that area. You cannot win that kind of thing. They should just plead with him not to be childish anymore and try to be decent.
But are you ashamed that you are from Iwo land?
I am very, very seriously ashamed. I have done my best. Doing my best caused all the insults, which I have sued him to court. I have sued him for billions of naira. We are still there. He is always running away from the court. He's showing about so many money. Now last week, the case came up before High Court Elisha. He was asked to pay us 10,000 because he's boasting that the vice president will clear the whole thing in appeal. He will be appealing. He's appealing. He has 5 appeals now in court against the judgment I got.
But sincerely, Daddy, can you say precisely the problem Oluwo is having? Why these controversies around him? Why? What do you think could be responsible for his unending controversies?
Olori, the father of his father was a good driver in our local government. He was even in military service for some time. The man was very quiet. But his own father, Kola, was one of my disciples that lived with me that I maintained. But at the time, he also pulled out of me. It was like one-man ranger. Ogundokun. So if you want to contest the election, Ogundokun is there. We don't do anything in Iwo. So Ogundokun, he bolted out. As a matter of fact, his father was responsible for the burning of my housing estate and late Bayo Aremu's house too. But why? That's the father. He also has so many squabbles with the father to the extent of taking each other to the police. He has never believed that anything like this can come to his family to be Oba. And most people blindly followed him to be Oba. Me too, 4 days to his crowning, I was dragged into it, and I simply accepted him spending hundreds of millions. The trouble with him, he must learn to eat good food. The food that is not going to push his stomach or push his eyes. If you eat wrong food that will shaking your brain or shaking your eyes, you will misbehave. Eat good food, drink good water. Don't drink what is not good.
Again, let me take you back to the issue of women. There was a time the rumor was going around that Oluwo was dating a prominent female in Iwo.
The wife of a prominent Imam.
Could that be responsible for?
No.
With Channel.
No, he has been offending many people. He has tried to imprison some members of the royal families that I came out to even save them from jail. Like I saved him from jail also when he caused the property of Oluwo destroyed. You know, I went to the extent of bringing Obasanjo to Iwo, getting the governor before we eventually escaped the jail. I think he have no respect to the rule of law, and he sees himself, before he was calling himself God. But when the campaign was too much, he said, I'm not the agent of God. Somebody who previously believed that he's everything. Now he says he's the father of all the... Now he doesn't want to see any idol or anything before. Now he's celebrating and patronizing them. Now he's the father of Ogun. He's the father of Oramiya. He's the father of everything. You've seen Alaafin and Oluwo of Ife, the way they comfort themselves with all the traditional rights in their domain. When he wanted to get hold of the Muslim in Iwo, he condemned everything because he knows Iwo has a very powerful Islamic community. He has succeeded in getting that done, but now he has come back. Well, Ọlọ́run ràn Rashidi lọ́wọ́, àwa ni bàbá rẹ̀. Tọ́lọ́run bá ràn lọ́wọ́, tó bá gbọ́, bí ó bá gbọ́, yóò lọ bára rẹ̀ ní Canada rẹ̀ tó ti wá.
People that knows Kabiyesi said he wasn't like this proud to coming to the throne. He wasn't like this. His exuberance is not as.
He didn't have anything. He was very, very poor. He was a pauper.
Not even in terms of wealth. Talking about his actions, the kind of exuberance he exudes now, that wasn't him.
You know, Oluwo drinks a lot of spirit. Spirit can turn you to do anything. That's like Shinab, Varandi, and so on and so forth. In my presence, I've seen this. I advised him. And if you advise him again what he wants to do, you become his enemy. For example, Oluwo has not spoken to any of you in this world that I did this to him. He said I was interfering with his rights. What right? He wanted to remove Barrister Adedeji, former Attorney General. Adasiwaju. He wanted to remove Barrister Aremu, now late. He wanted to remove Oluwo of Iwo. Why? Because Aregbe invited them as governor to find out from them the problem with the town why everybody deserted Oluwo except Ogundokun. They didn't say anything. I have not seen any evidence that they spoke against him. And he mounted serious campaign of wanting to remove them. Must anybody you think is doing anything against you be a subject of destruction? I have never dabbled into his affairs, but I've advised him. He who pays the piper dictates it to him. I was maintaining him, feeding him, clothing him, gave him comfort. He's nobody in his relationship with this world. I've seen the comfort and the type of good things I gave him to enjoy. For example, my trouble with him, I have no case with him. He's the one who believes I'm too strong, and he has not been able to move me an inch. Rather, he's been destroying himself. He's been losing credibility because he stepped on the aṣọ àgbà. Ọmọdé tó bá dẹ̀ ti aṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀ yóò máa rí wàhálà.
On a lighter note, Iwo has been on the front burner since he came into. Of course, Iwo has been there for ages, but in contemporary time, since Emperor Telu became the Iwo has become virtually on everyone's lip. But sincerely, what has his reign, his actions cost Iwo from your perspective?
Disunity, destruction of the progress of the community. Nobody is ready to invest in Iwo. People don't have job. He make false claims and he run after other people to take their money. I believe that Iwo has been relegated to the background. Do you know how many local governments were under Iwo in those days? Iwo has remained the senatorial headquarters for Iwo senatorial district. All the major towns, Magan, Ikire, Ejibo, Ede, they were all under Iwo. They have all surpassed us. They have gone beyond us. Go and see the beautiful type of houses you see in those places. And I use my money to develop and do everything. Go there, the central mosque, have upgraded it by building an extra extension that can take about 800 people. I built for Iwo a new local government secretariat. Now, blind people, many of them, I pay them 10,000 every month. Not only that, àwọn opó that they load their husband through their hijab, I'm paying them money every month. Well, I've just paid some day before yesterday. I want Igbo people to rise up now to help our people. Now, many people are now in very dangerous position because of Lapo money. I pay a lot of Lapo for people I don't even know. Since he came back, a lot of people are losing their properties to Lapo. Some have killed themselves. It's Lapo, I don't know, but I was okay. And people are suffering. Me, I don't borrow money to people, I give out to people. I know living or passive woman has done that like I've done for the community. Scholarships, help people to pay school fees, pay their jam papers. Not only even here. Last week I know many people, one of them is even here. I do this everywhere. It's not in good time with the traditional rulers in Osun. It's not in good time with traditional rulers in Iwo land. Long truth, emperor. Long truth, emir. All of us, they are not good. Only northern emirs, all because he wants something from them. Ọlọ́run ọba ni yí lọ́kàn padà. Tí ọba sì lọ́kàn padà, he will leave our throne.
So anything that you saw, that you are feeding him, then taking care of him, so put him on survival base.
Every time they have an Oba in Iwo, the government always give me the respect of existence. And I've been actively involved in many past Obas. Like the past Oba, I furnished the palace for him. Some of the chairs that I bought for him are still there. The bed I bought for him. That late Oba I furnished the palace with 2.7 million. This one I furnished the palace with 5 million. Now, when they want to make an Oba, they seek for my opinion and consent. 4 days before this young man was made the Oba, Aregba invited me, the governor, good governor invited me and said, Baba, I don't know who is your candidate. I want to drop whoever. I want to beg you. We've seen it on record that there is no Oluwo that is made without your involvement. I want to beg you. I have a candidate that I want to install on Monday, and I want to support him. And he explained to me why. Convincing explanation. And I gave him my word I'll do. He said, you will be the father because he has no father. I didn't even ask who is the candidate will be. And I said, yeah, okay. I left him, I went to Lagos. The day of his installation, I came from Lagos to Iwo. I sat with the SSG, then SSG Mashood. We sat together. When he came, people besieged him. They wouldn't let him move until I moved. I was the one who even piloted him to greet our people. Or know that I was swimming in the ocean of fire. We helped him, and he told me, he expressed his gratitude. He told me he was happy that his father was no more. I should realize that God has saved my own life for him to be Oba, and that I'm his father. Very encouraging speech he made to me privately. So as I give him money, I'm protecting him. He has so many cases in court, wanting to destroy people. If you are quarrel with him today, the next thing we find any way to send you to jail. Go and read petitions by Anoba against other, even against other traditional rulers by him. Why should they engage Oni? Why should they engage Alaafin? Why should he tell lie that he was one that usually install Olubadan? I beg you, God will remove bad Oba and keep good Obas.
There's another one that came out now in London that is the real Oluwo. He said he's a real prince, that this Oluwo impersonates him. I want to ask you that, do you know his mother? Do you know his father? You know, I asked you on phone the other day that, do you know the mother?
No, Rashidi's mother, but they said the woman died. I don't know her. I've never seen Rashidi until the day he was brought him to the front of Ogun. And when he came, they brought him. There is Ogun house there, right in front of him. He has broken it down, and they sat him down there. After which, they now hold the Ewe Akoko, which is right in front of Ogun's building. They put him aside before the Muslim came to do the Tobani. The man who do the Tobani that day is the same Imam that is alleged to have had his wife being
I wanted to have his wife. Oh, yeah. In fact, it's a sorry state.
Sorry, you will never explain what we are going through anymore.
Is that a prayer for all the community in Yoruba land?
Yes. My own is that I've spent a lot of money. If I ask for the destruction, that money must have been wasted. So if you can help me pray for him to change, I would rather prefer that, so that I'll be proud that the man I try to build up has not wasted my labor.
How are you able to take back your Basharu Muslimi title?
Oh, I'm not Basharu Muslimi. I am the OBANLA of Iwo. Did you not read the letter he wrote?
Yes, I read it. Yeah, but so one of your titles, your Muslim title is Basharu, but your traditional title is OBANLA.
My Muslim.
He said it too.
I'm still the Basharu Muslimi. We have gone to court. The court has restricted him that until the end of the case, he must not attempt to touch any of my titles. And you know, you read the letter, which he used to appoint me as the OBANLA of Iwo land. He described what I have done. Do you want another copy?
No, I have the letter, sir. I have it. He said you have developed the town, that you brought civilization to Iwo, and that all over the world, Iwo is known with the name Abelo Gundokun.
He tells that. Even up to now, he said because he held meeting. Recently, he's been talking about no man is like Ogundokun in Iwo. He said that. And he may say that today again because they have a meeting with the royal members. And for information, this Friday, all the royal houses, they met and they want to have meeting with me on him. So they have written a letter asking me to please consent to the meeting. What will stop me from consenting to such meeting when I'm no good? So we are meeting on Friday at this is the letter from the royal families
In Iwo land.
in Iwo land. It is said Forum of Iwo Princes, Keamaluberi office, Oluwo's palace, Iwo. They didn't even put it. Abelo Ogundokun Lola's company, Salioba quarters, Iwo. There's an invitation to meeting. The above named forum hereby invites you to the meeting where some important issues are to be discussed. The meeting is to be held at Daudu Agba's Mosque along Okeola Road, Odedadu Junction, Iwo. That is the junction before you get to my house. The issue to be discussed at the meeting require your personal presence, and as such, the forum wants you to choose your convenient date and time for the meeting, preferably within a week of receipt of this letter. We shall be looking forward to your response as to the date and time of the meeting, which should be communicated to the forum secretary via his phone number 080-322-47059. Thank you. Yours faithfully, High Prince Joel Ademola Adeboye, Secretary. I think this is pointing out to they have sat down to think there is something to work upon. Many traditional rulers have really come into the matter